Hey guys, I'm going to try and explain how I do these pads. Okay, so once I got it all screwed up, all the holes drilled and in the right place, I screw it up to the stock like that, and then I scribe against the stock. I scribe a line. Now, if you look, you can see my scribe line right there. And those two little marks that I made over there and there, there's a steel reinforcement plate inside of this pad, and that's where that steel ends. So I was part of my calculations to make sure that I'm not running into the steel, because when you do that, the whole pad falls apart. Anyway, so I scribe those lines. A trick that I do is, I'm busy with two rifles, so I got another one. Once I've scribed the line, I take whiteboard chalk and just rub it into the scribe line, and then the scribe line becomes white. And then when I grind up to where the white line starts, and then the last bit I finish by hand, to make sure that I don't get it too small. So that's how it's marked up. To do the grinding, I use this jig. I've had this one a while, and it has come close to the grinding, or to the sanding disc. And what you're doing is you kind of transferring the profile of the stock onto this. So you got to get that there. And this corner is 90 degrees. That's something else, but this corner here is 90 degrees. So you get that there, and then you adjust this until you get 90 degrees. And with that screw, you screw it in and out to change the angle of this thing. And once you get your 90, you lock that screw down. So that is your heel angle has now been set. And then to set the toe, you undo there, and what you're trying to do, let's see if I got it in frame, you bringing that angle from there, that line, and you're transferring it to there. So more or less there. I'm not going to worry about on the demo. And then you lock it down there. So now you got your toe angle. Assume that is 90, kind of working out. Then you take your pad. Let me use the one with the scribe mark, white scribe lines on, and you got multiple holes, and you screw it on upside down onto there. So now you can put this on the deck of your disc sander, and you will grind all of that away until you get to midpoint there and midpoint there. And because that's at an angle, you'll grind that toe area, which will give you the right profile for there. So you'll grind that until you get to there. Once you get to that point, you slack off this center pivot, and you bring it back to your guide there, squash it down, and lock it back up. Now you do the other end. So now you're doing the heel. So you've done the toe, so now you do the heel, and then your lines will meet, on the deck, and your disc is running over there, and you'll grind that until you get there. I'll try and show you a video of it once I got it kind of on there, and maybe when I'm grinding, but it's so loud and so dirty that I won't be able to tell you what I'm doing while that's happening. Anyway, and that's how you grind it, and then you finish it off by hand. I wanted to show you what that recoil pad on the Remington came out as. Okay, so I showed I'll try to explain how I put it onto that jig. Anyway, that's how it's done. And then on the sanding disc, so there it's set up to do the toe, and then so I'm just sanding it to to the line, and then on there at that point it's coming. I got the jig set for the heel, and so you can see the toe angle, which follows the stock angle, and then that's what it looks like from the top. All of it grind, so you can still see the white line, and then that last bit I'll work away by hand and keep on fitting. Anyway, so that's what it came out like. So you maintain that line, and you want to maintain that line, and that's really it. And you don't want the stock to overhang, and you don't want the pad to overhang. To fit a pad when you're not doing the stock is very difficult. When you're doing the stock, you can sand the stock with a pad, and you can get like an exact fit, which it's not really possible when you're doing it when you're not doing the actual stock. Also on the back, so what I do is I don't make a hole, for the screw. I put a blunt punch in from the inside, and I just zap it with a little, like a art knife, very sharp knife blade, and it creates a slot, and that way when you can't see where the screws are on the pad. And when you do that, when you put your screwdriver in there, you got to put some wax onto. Any wax will do. I just use paste wax. You put some wax on there so that you don't the screwdriver doesn't pick up the rubber and tear it out, and then you get that finish. Anyway, nice soft pad. This is a Pachmayer Decelerator. Hope you find that interesting. Stay safe. We talk again. Bye.